Hello, 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 and welcome. Let me ask you, have you ever considered writing a book? And what about using a book to boost your business income? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today with our special guest, how writing a book can help to boost your income, build credibility, and establish authority in your industry. My name, Rashida Green. I am the founder and CEO of Get Right Coaching, the host of the Mompreneur HQ community, this community right here, and the creator of Digimompreneur Academy. And I help moms who have the desire, the gall, and the umption to want and create time, money, and location freedom to build online businesses so that they can build a life of their dreams without neglecting themselves or their families in the process. And we do that through coaching, content, community, and now through the Digimompreneur Academy. That's me in a nutshell, but I want you to go ahead and put hashtag live in the comments if you are joining us live, hashtag replay if you're watching in replay. And guess what? I need you to get your pen and your paper or your digital device so that you can write down all the gems and nuggets that our special guest is going to be dropping today. I'm telling you, if you've never thought of this before, our special guest is going to go ahead and get you excited about the possibilities of writing a book for your business that is going to help you to make money and establish authority in your industry. All right, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead, and if you see me looking, that's because I am reading, and I want to make sure that you know who we are dealing with today. Miss Robin E. Devonish. She is a sought after MC known for her high energy and engaging speaking ability. She is also a businesswoman who had a challenge back, it was taken advantage of back in the day when she was trying to write her book. And so, because of the challenges that she faced and feeling like she was taken advantage of during that publishing process, she decided to do what fill in the gap. She filled in the gap. What was wrong with the way she was handled? She decided to go ahead and start a business doing the thing that she thought was the missing piece to what she was doing as an author, and then taking on responsibility as a publisher. And since 2010, Robin, aka the self-publishing maven, has taught, trained, and published thousands of aspiring authors nationally and internationally from various walks of life. She has helped people who have been on shows like The Today Show, Dr. Oz, The Word Network, and featured in Essence Magazine, the New York Daily News, and local and national news and radio stations. Robin will always be known as the maven in publishing, but she understands that a business must grow and evolve. So in 2020, Robin founded Pen Publish Profit LLC, where they write and publish great books, make money, and impact the world. In this new space, Robin continues to build on the author tribe already established by continuing to educate, mentor, and personally service authors who love to write and hold the desire to own their space and use their author powers for the greater good. So, without further ado, we're going to welcome to our show Miss Robin.
Hi, Rashida.
Hello, Robin. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. I am so glad that I have you on the show today. And for those who are just joining us, our topic for today is Pin Your Way to Profit, how writing a book can skyrocket your business bottom line. And we have with us today our special guest, Miss Robin E. Devonish, formerly known as the Maven book self-publishing maven, but she has turned a new leaf where she is using all the skills, knowledge, and talent that she has gained and garnered over the years, along with the community that she has built, to now help people. Well, you know what? I'm going to let her tell us. Robin, what are you up to these days?
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for allowing me to come and share with your audience. I really appreciate it. So, as Rashida said, yes, I am Robin Devonish, the founder of Pen Publish Profit, where we write and publish great books, make money, and impact the world. And so, I've been in the world of self publishing since 2007 when I wrote my first book. And as Rashida so eloquently stated, I had some issues in terms of self publishing. And so I decided to educate myself and then turn that into teaching others and helping others. So, actually, what started out at kind of like as a hobby, because I wasn't thinking about a business. It turned into a business because I was teaching people, and someone pulled me to the side and said, have you ever thought about doing this as a business? And the rest is history.
All right. Well, I'm glad that someone pulled you over to the side because it's a business. We are good for helping folks out and talking with coffee chats and picking your brains for free. But yeah, once you know that this is actually a viable business opportunity, then why not just take take it by the horns and just go with it. So,
Mhm.
congratulations on, you know, doing something about how what happened to you because there are people who have that experience and walk away disgruntled and you're like, forget it, never again, right?
Yes,
You said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually research this and do it better for myself.
yes,
Awesome. And then the next thing was, hey, I can actually do this same process to help other people. So you ended up helping some notable folks to write their books. Can you
yes,
talk a
yes.
little bit about your writing for beyond passion, but as a business?
Well, it's so interesting. I always talk about how I'm amazed how I even got into this space because writing wasn't an aspiration or publishing books wasn't an aspiration for me when I was growing up, right? I had a totally different aspiration in life. And really, to be honest, when I was growing up, I kind of struggled with writing and never really excelled in that area, was always at level or above. I mean, below, like never high enough or whatever. And really, to be honest, it didn't click for me until I got to college. Once I got to college and I had to write papers, or I had to really apply myself and learn how to write. And when I remember when I went to college and I was told that I had very poor writing skills and I probably would not graduate. That I guess that was kind of the fuel that I needed to lit a fire unto me. And I said, I'm going to prove that person wrong. And so, yeah, when I started out, I did get F's, but eventually those F's turned into D's and then to C's and then to B's. And so I was able to graduate from high school. And so I'm college. And so when I said I need to really move forward and break what that person said about me, right? So I said, well, what better way to do that than to write a book? And I got a mentor and, somebody that knew a little bit about book writing and told her what I wanted to do. And I wanted to tell a story, a fictional story. That's my very first book. It was a fictional story called The Struggle Within. And so I accomplished that. I accomplished it. I conquered it. The book was really good. The people that did read it got a chance to read it, said it was really good. However, like I said, I messed up with some areas of publishing. So the book didn't really get to see the light of day. But I think that it was really more so for the purpose of personal accomplishment because we people write books for different reasons.
Mhm.
My first reason was for personal accomplishment. And that's usually why people do it to begin with. Like they want to say that I want to be an author or that I want to be known to have authored a book. I want my words to live on beyond who I am. And so that's usually the first reason. But for me, it was to get rid of this thing that this instructor said about me and to challenge myself that I could do it. Yeah.
Wow, okay. Well, you know what? It seems like you're definitely the type of person if you tell her no, she's going to find a way that it's going to be a yes. Like cuz it seems like this person who told you no in college pushed you into being an author and then the person that tried to railroad you with this publishing pushed you into being a publisher. And so then we
Never thought of it that way.
well, I'm not taking no for answer because this is not gonna work for me. I'm Robin, and
Yes,
we don't do that.
yes, yes,
So
absolutely, absolutely.
that is beautiful. So now we're talking about, how to turn your books into profit. So now you've actually written books, you've helped people to write books, and then you what stumbled on, hey, you can do this as for profit, or you can take these books that you're writing and don't let them just collect dust on the shelves. You can do more with your books. Can you, because I know that you recently started in 2020 Pen Publish Profit. So is that when the idea really sparked about how you can build your business for profit, or was it sometime before that?
When I was coined the self-publishing maven, I kind of made that name up for myself to create a brand behind what I was doing. So that way people would be clear in terms of what Robin Devonish had to offer. But I would say that I've always kind of been in that space in terms of writing for the purpose of possibly profits, for possibly building your business. I've always been in that space. But
Okay.
the reason why I switched from the self publishing maven to pen publish profit was because I needed to take the focus off of me and I needed to put the focus on the work. So it's because when self-publishing maven, then people connected me to writing, which is true, but it's bigger than me. The tagline is write and publish great books, make money, and impact the world. And so because I had already been doing that, helping people on a one-to-one basis, but I still needed to take it away from the self-publishing maven to creating this company where I can continue to flourish and I could, like I said, take the attention off of me. So that's basically why I did it at first. That was the first reason. And the second reason is that I started to meet, people, authors, or even most of my clients that I have or had in the past, a lot of them wanted to connect their book to something where it was going to be an impact, whether it was in reference to domestic violence, whether it was in reference to someone possibly being diagnosed with breast cancer or some type of cancer. Like most of my clients, they had some type of connection to a cause, whether it was a financial cause, whether it was a nonprofit cause. They had it connected to the point where they wanted to make an impact. And so that was the second reason that I said, well, I need to move it into that space. And also, I think that I say the third reason I moved into that space is because a lot of authors, even though they want to make an impact, they don't understand that there is a financial gain in making an impact. So when I first started teaching people, my thing was, oh, I just want to help people. And that's fine. You can help, but you can help and get paid too. Amen. So the thing is that for me, I want to teach authors that you can still make an impact, but you can also make money. Hence the part of the profit part of it, of the business. So those were the three reasons why I shifted into changing the name of the company.
Okay, well, it's definitely working for you, Pen, Publish, and Profit. And the way you broke that down and explained it, I think that everybody can get it and understand what the purpose of the business is. And so I thank you for sharing that and breaking that down for us so that we understand Pen, Publish, Profit, where the idea came from and what it is that you do, because you said you help authors to, especially those who want to make an impact, and help them to know that they can profit from even making an impact, so
Mhm.
that it's not necessarily a charitable donation every time they write a book, but that they can actually serve a cause and make a profit at the same time.
And they could serve a cause or they could connect it to a cause. I mean, because a couple of years ago, I worked with a group out of Philadelphia and we published three books and they all of the women were breast cancer survivors. And so the book was written just for the purpose of this nonprofit organization that services women that are dealing with breast cancer. And
Mm.
it's called the Pink Sister Chronicles. So I did the first three. They have five books, but I stopped at three. This is how this person raises money through these books and for her organization. So it can also serve in a nonprofit capacity if you create a process to where it can work for you.
Got it, got it. All right. Well, in the Mompreneur HQ community, we have some mom entrepreneurs who own different types of businesses, whether it's service based, product based, multi level marketing. And some people really just never thought about writing a book, or they thought about it, but just that's too much work, or I'm not ready yet, or I don't have nothing good to say. People have all these angst, these things that they're anxieties or nervousness about writing a book. But for the mom entrepreneur community here, why would it be important for, say, a mom business owner to write a book? How can it skyrocket or boost their business bottom line?
I would say the first thing is that the mom needs to understand the book would be an extension of them, whatever they're offering, whatever product, whatever service, whatever expertise that they are in, it's an extension of them. So, for example, if you're a mom that, let's just say you have a cookie business in the home, right? Possibly you could write a book or some type of tips book for the next mom that wants to create a baking inside of their home or making cookies or whatever they want to do. And so I think the first step would be to understand that there is the opportunity for you to expand and let people connect with you in another way. The second thing, of course, is that it gives you a level of authority and expertise, right? People don't read books the way that they used to. That's not true. People read books. They absolutely positively read books. Now, I'm not saying that your book has to be a physical book in your hand. It could be electronic book if that's what you want to do. That's always an option as well. But people crave for information, right? And if you want to be someone that is an expert, if you want to be known as someone who in a particular industry where people know you, then this is one of the ways. And also another way, it's that it gives you expansion. And what I mean by expansion, I mean expansion in terms of getting into certain doors, in terms of exposure, possibly get you on a segment on your local news, and that can turn into possibly your book sales skyrocketing. It's important to understand that once you have this book, you can use it in so many different ways for the bottom line. Not only the book itself, but the extensions that it can create, the connections, the collaborations, the programs. If you're somebody that you're very good at teaching children, maybe you are a school teacher, but maybe you can write a book about, if you are a school teacher, and say if you counsel, or I understand that some teachers, they have to volunteer in a classroom or something like that, but maybe you can create something for your school system where it's a curriculum that they use, and they pay you for it. The thing is that we need to understand that there's so many ways that you can use a book to your advantage and use a book for your bottom line. There's coaching, there's consulting, but I think that is, you can say you're an expert, but are you really an expert if you didn't write a book? That's the way I look at it.
Says the publisher. Yes.
Are you really an expert? So you can say I'm an expert all day, but you need to have something with your name on it. Something, even if it's one, but you're not going to stop at one. But once the bug hits you, usually you want more than one. But are you really an expert?
Very interesting. I like how you broke down those points. Like, reasons to write a book would be to know that it is an extension of you, that
Mhm,
it gives you authority and it displays your expertise. So we said extension,
mhm,
expertise, and then gives you expansion. So you have further reach. And then
mhm.
you said exposure. So people see you and creates this visibility, not only just your book, because now what most people do once they find a book is they find out more about the author. So once they find out more about the author, then they see all of the other platforms and programs that you have to offer. So that is definitely some good information as to why one should use go ahead and just write a book. Now, I know I just said that just casually, like write a book, but like I mentioned, most people are like, that's too much. Are there any quick tips or strategies that you could give to help someone to get started or to at least remove the mental block?
I would say the first thing to do is to possibly write a book on a subject that you can speak about very easily. Like it'll just flow out of you. And if you're a person that's in business, whatever you're doing, you should be an expert. So therefore, it should be easy for the information to flow out of you. So that would be the first step, to choose a book where it's easy for you to flow in terms of writing. The second thing I would say is to concentrate on completion and not perfection. Concentrate on completion and not perfection. The perfection part could come later. The goal is to get whatever's in your head onto the paper. Number three, I would say possibly to write it by hand if possible, right? Because there is a connection when you're sitting and writing instead of typing. When you're typing, you're going to type on the computer and then you're going to see that you made a mistake in the word. And then you're going to go back and try to fix the word. And then you're going to forget your thought, right? So we don't want that. So write with your hand and also create an outline. That's important as well. So those are the four quick tips that I would give to get started.
All right, y'all. If y'all not writing this down, I feel sorry for you. But do you know this is recorded? I need you to make sure that you go back and you write all these tips down if you weren't paying attention in the first round. Because Ms. Robin has given us so many juicy nuggets and tips and bits. And if you're not excited and running to your paper and pen now to make sure you start writing a book, then I'm telling you, I'm gonna start writing. I'm gonna start writing because this is just too much. This is too much right now. I'm like, woo, authoring a book that so that I can get more visibility, so that I can get all of the expertise that I have to be displayed amongst all other people, so that I can boost my income because now I'm getting that exposure that I need. I just think that this is a great opportunity for many people to be able to show a little bit more about themselves and their expertise and be able to, of course, that last P in Pen Publish Profit. So that
Mhm.
is excellent. Thank you so much, Robin.
Welcome. Can I just add one more
Go
thing?
right ahead.
This is important. If you didn't hear anything else, writing a book and publishing a book is work, and you have to be willing to put in the work. When you're, especially if you're self-published, marketing, all of those things are on the author to execute. And so understand that even though I'm talking about the possibilities, you have to create opportunities for those possibilities. So I just wanted to share that. That is
Awesome.
work.
Yes, thank you. So if I made light of it, it's not easy breezy. But I think the suggestion that Robin made about writing it, I definitely know that when I write something, I connect more with it because not only are you thinking it and you're putting it to paper, now you're writing it. Just another way to remembering and memorizing also, so that you have that connection. Once you write it down, you feel it. And even if you do go back and reread it, now you have an even stronger connection reading your own writing, even if you have to shuffle through some chicken scratch here and there. But yeah, I think that was a great tip because you're right. If I'm typing it, my first instinct is if I mistype is to go back and fix it. And
Mhm,
you don't want to, when writing a book, spend all of your time editing while you're writing. You want to
mhm,
write it, get it on paper, and then come back and edit it. That way, if
mhm,
there's something missing, something you need to add, you have plenty of time to do that. But if you start editing while you're writing, like Robin said, you'll forget, you lose your train of thought, and those sentences that you thought were just going to flow right out may get stopped because you were so busy thinking about correcting
mhm,
something. Like I said, bunch of gems. I hope that you were writing it down because we want to really give you the opportunity to make an impact with your business that's beyond just the income that you receive from the business. You can do a lot more. We talk about adding passive income to your business and other streams of income. Well, authoring a book is not only an additional stream of income, but it's also authority in the industry as well as visibility. So, Miss Pen Publish Profit herself, can you tell me, we this is a game that we play at the end of our shows. What do you prefer, beach or cabin?
beach.
Road trip or flying?
Oh gosh, that's hard. I would say road trip.
Road trip. All
Yeah,
right. So if we're gonna be road tripping, are you saying like RV or SUV?
SUV.
Okay, making it quick and easy and accessible and get good parking spots. Well, that's awesome. Thank you once again. We are talking, if you're just joining us, make sure you go back and watch the replay because Miss Robin was dropping a whole bunch of gems that you do not want to miss for our topic on today, which was pin your way to profit, how writing a book can skyrocket your business's bottom line with our special guest, Robin Devonish. She is a publisher. So, how can we find you or in our group and our members and all those who are viewing this show? How can we find you, Robin?
Well, I have a unique name, Robin Devonish. So it's Robin Devonish on all social media outlets. Yeah, it's pretty.
All
Well, the
right.
name is pretty unique, so that's the good thing.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Unique Robin Devonish. And it was such a pleasure having you on our show today. And I really thank you for saying yes to the community and the opportunity to share your expertise with us. And if anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns about our show today, make sure that you go ahead and drop them in the comments field and we'll try to address them after the show. And if you like this episode and you have a friend who may have been thinking about writing a book but just didn't know how it fit into the plan, then go ahead and share this episode with them. Thank you again, Robin, for joining us on the Mom Live show. And until next time.